Hello, happy Tuesday. I hope this finds you all well. Let me get myself up here on my iPad. Here we go. There, so I can see the comments when they come in. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Weather quality isn't too great here today, but I hear possibly later in the week it might get better. So that would be good. It was pretty warm outside today when I was out there earlier, and we had a good time. If you saw my video that I posted, my grandson and I went out to a local farm just outside of McFarland, and my girlfriend who runs the food pantry had a lot of expired and old things like bread and milk, and she takes the stuff out to this farmer and they feed it to the pigs, and the pigs absolutely go crazy for the milk. And I had gone with her last year, and I've never laughed so hard in my whole life watching these pigs go after the milk when they pour it into these big pans and then put them in the pen with them. And we just had a great time. And I said, I would love my grandson to see this. So we were able to make arrangements with the farmer to come out and see them. And so he got to pet a couple of chickens and watch them scurry around. And they even like drinking the milk too, believe it or not. And she had some vegetables that weren't in great shape, that nobody would want to buy. They were kind of mushy. And so we fed those to the pigs as well, and some to the chickens, and they were enjoying it. So we had a good day out there, but man, it was hot standing out there. I was glad to get back in the car and get the AC going. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. I'm glad to see you tonight. So, and I guess I was remiss in reporting last Saturday that on my husband's and my anniversary, we went to Lake Geneva and went on a luncheon cruise around the lake. It was a 2-hour luncheon cruise, and we had a great time. It was beautiful. The weather was pristine. It was cool, and not hot, barely a breeze. More breeze when we got on shore than what there was out on the lake. Hi, Carol. Hi, Rhonda. Thank you for joining, and Rhonda, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, it was a beautiful day. And we're glad we did it. It was something that we've never done before, so we kind of like to do that on our special days. So thank you, Carol, for sharing. I really appreciate it. So anyway, back to my studio, and I didn't really do any work down here today, because I stayed up until 1 o'clock last night, and I've just been kind of in a daze all day. Hi, Shar. And not getting enough sleep, I guess. When my grandson came in the front door this morning to get dropped off and slammed the door, woke me right up at, 6:30, and I was really hoping I could sleep until 7:30 or 8 to try to not be so grim today, but anyway, I was glad that I had everything planned for tonight ahead of time, so I could kind of goof around this afternoon a little bit. So I think I am ready to turn the camera down, and we can get started and see who else joins us, and then we will do our drawing at the end. So here we go. Thanks, Shar, for sharing. Okay, took a look at my big mess on the head of my desk there. Hey, I ended up ordering from Stamp and Store the box, I don't know what you'd want to call it, to put my blends in, because my little box that I got from my upline a year ago is so full, and I've ordered some more blends, and there's really not room in the blues, especially the greens and the red pinks. So I decided to break down and order that. It was not cheap, but I thought, you know, I think it's time to get more organized so that maybe I can keep this desk a little cleaner. So anyway, tonight we're going to work with the Jolly Holly Hybrid Embossing Folder again. And I've pulled a couple of stamps out of the Jolly Holly stamp set. And then we are also going to be using the Jar of Joy for both of our projects tonight. So I think first we will make our card. But before I get started, I had mentioned that on this piece of two-sided paper that I did not care for how this turned out, but I was considering flipping it over and trying to do something with the deboss side. Well, I did that, and so the deboss side, of course, was lighter because it's the other side of the double-sided paper, or two-tone paper, pardon me. And I just ran my white craft ink over the top of this just one time on each side, and it gives it kind of a brushed effect. I don't know if you can see that very clearly. I'm trying to put it up closer to my phone. Yes, I think you can see that. I think that's a neat effect. I'm going to make a card with this, and I will probably use Garden Green, since that's what's on this side, as the base for the card, and something else as another mat behind this. And I will let you see what I create with this one, but I thought this was really pretty. So definitely, and using a brayer would work really slick, because you wouldn't see I got a little heavy-handed right here, so it went in where the leaves are. But I like the way it picks up this little vein in the holly leaf nicely, and yet the little dots in the background still have the color in there. I don't know how well it would work with darker paper. Sometimes the white ink just sort of looks like it soaks into the paper, and you don't get the effect that you want to get with the white craft ink on darker cardstock. So like medium to light cardstock, I thought, you know, this might be really a pretty technique to use for like a bubble bath for a different type of Christmas card. Or let's see, what else could we use? Something like petal pink maybe, or maybe pool party would really be pretty as well. So just a thought. Keep it in mind if you get this embossing folder that this would be a really easy option for coloring and not spending a lot of time with filling in the leaves and the berries. So anyway, but we do have this one that we're going to use tonight. Let me get all my stuff out. I don't know where to go with it. Put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see. So we are going to do just a little bit of embossing. It seems like I'm stuck on embossing, aren't I? I'm doing a lot of it lately. And then I'll go for a while where I don't do any at all. Okay, we're just using two blends. We're going to use the light cloud cover and the light secret sea. Sorry about that. Okay, and okay, where do we go? All right. What happened to the? I thought there was a stamp on that. Well, maybe there wasn't. Okay, so we're going to use cloud cover for the base. So we've got just our standard 8.5 by 5.5. We scored the 8.5 at 4 1/4. I've already got it scored, but I will take and oops, sorry, a little low on here for me. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do a stamping here, because that's what we're going to be embossing. So, okay. And then I have a small piece of white cardstock, and that is 1.5 by 5 1/4. 1.5 by 5 1/4. And this is what we're going to do the embossing on. Make sure I got the right side. And my sample that I started to make, I did not do a good job of stamping because each stamp I made across this paper was slanted a little bit. I'm telling you. Looked like I had been hitting the bottle or something. I don't know. So I'm going to try to line this up. Okay. That's the one nope, this is it. We're going to be using the little ornaments, and I'm going to put ornaments across here in Versamark. And tonight I'm going to try it like I should always do it since I'm left-handed. We're going to try it from this side and go over. So I'm trying not to get my head in the way, but I want to make sure that the little cords for the ornaments actually go all the way up to the top of the paper. Okay. And one more. Let's see where we're at. There we are. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to get that as close to the top as possible because I still want to put the sentiment underneath, and it's very close. All right, let's get our paper up here. Get things covered so we don't make a mess. And let me get this so I can clean off my stamp right away. Okay. We are going to use silver embossing powder. This was the 4th project that I did for my last class. It was Sunday. And but they used ink. They did not emboss. Okay. All right. So far, so good. All right. And I'm going to use this right on my silicone mat here. Let it warm up a minute. Thanks, Rhonda. Nope. There. I think I got it all. I want to be able to color this a little bit. So you want to make sure that you got it pretty good. Just it tends to puff up just a little bit. I'm going to stick this up on my ledge here. Get it out of the way. Okay. So now I'm going to bring this back. And I'm ready to stamp underneath. And we're going to use Secret C. And we are using the sentiment that says, "May your heart be filled with joy." And this should line up fairly well, but boy, you got to get it right down at the bottom. Get this kind of centered. there you go. Okay, so I think before I color this in, I'm going to switch over to our embossed image because I want to be able to put some Wink of Stella on there and make sure that it dries. We are coloring the berries only with the light Secret Sea. And I'm going to use just the tip here and just kind of barely get the ink on here because it definitely spreads quickly. I don't know if, I don't tend to use this end, so I don't know if that's just, this one is just exceedingly juicy or what, but I don't have to hardly do anything with moving this because it just immediately spreads. I don't know if you found that to be true, if you have this color in your arsenal or not. I've never known it to be like this. Oh, that one could go a little bit bigger. I guess I didn't hold it down long enough. But these little ones, just a touch. More of a touch there. So I placed my order last night in 2 orders. One, I ordered all of my sweets. I think there was 4 of them. And got 2-day shipping. I'm praying that it's here by Thursday. And then I ordered all the miscellaneous extra paper, extra embellishments, and a couple of bundles that I wanted to get. That was on a separate order. So that one went in first, so it was like 1 minute after 1, I think, when that order went in. And then I immediately went and placed the second order for all of the sweets. Let's give this a little something here, a little squeeze. I always got too much. Give me a big one here. Oof. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Well, that is a mess. Doggone it. Guess we know where we're going to be putting an embellishment. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know about you, but this calls for a new piece of paper because I can't stand that. I'll cut that apart and use it in another way. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. I didn't give you that information either. So let me just run this quickly through the embossing folder. Oh, it's got to be some catastrophe, doesn't it? And I didn't squeeze it too much either. It didn't look like nothing was moving. Okay, I realized when I was working with this folder that I had to bring it, I wanted to get the most berries on my card and not have so much empty space. So I actually lay it in here on a little bit of an angle to get the best lineup. And I'm not going to bring my cutter over. It's just, it's too much. All right. Such tight quarters here. Someday, my grandson encourages me that I should take a video of my workspace and put it online. And I'm like, oh, Lordy. I says, I'm going to have to do a lot of cleaning before that happens. And I guess that's kind of what spurred me on to getting that buying that box to put my blends in. All right, I hate that I'm wasting all this Wink of Stella, but that's the way it goes. Now let's make sure that it's, yeah, it's, oh, let's color it first, Jean. Got me all Twitter-pated. At least I'm not coloring the whole thing. That would be not so great. I probably wouldn't have started over then because I wasn't so far into it. I figured we could take a chance in doing it again. I really like this embossing folder. It's quite nice. And from the lives that we've done, you can see that there's a lot of options on how you can use it. Okay. Make sure that this is, yes, much better. And I love the way the Wink of Stella reacts with the Secret Sea. It just is so pretty. I don't know if you can see how reflective that makes it. Very nice, I think. Hi Pam, thanks for joining tonight. I hope you are well. Okay. I just think this adds so much brightness when you add this against the dark. Okay, we'll set that aside and let that dry a little bit. Get this out of the way. All right, now we are going to go back to this that we embossed, and I'm going to take and add a little color here. And I'm just going to color in, not quite everything, but just adding a little bit of color so it picks up the color in the card base. So this one right here that I'm coloring right now has a little ring in the center that I'm leaving white, and I'm leaving the hearts white. The card that the group made, this was done in green, and then they colored in with red. I like using blends after I've embossed. It's easy because you can stay within the lines. And it keeps the color in between the lines as well too. Don't have much for spillovers. Okay, and that's that. And now I thought I would take, this is a new product that's coming out, so this is brand new. There's some glimmer paper that they're offering called Peaceful Gardens. It's 12 by 12 glimmer paper. They claim it's blue, dark gray, and soft green. Well, I don't see it. Let me get these out. I think this is what they indicate as dark gray, and that looks like Secret Sea if you ask me. The blue, yes, I'll agree with blue. And then, let me show you the other one. That's the other one. Kind of crazy, isn't it? That's the one that would be the, what did I say it was? Light, soft green. That doesn't look green to me. Maybe if I put it next to green, I don't know. No. Well, let's see. Let's try the soft seafoam. Well, it's a stretch if you ask me. So anyway, okay, so I grabbed a piece of that and I cut it to, I think this is 1.5. This is, I cut it 3/16 larger than this, just on the height. I kept the sides exactly the same. I just wanted just a smidge more than 1/8 of an inch on each side, because I wanted it just to peek out just a little bit more. So we are going to put that on next. And I don't know, I never know what kind of glue to use on this. I think I'm going to try using the tape. Put a little bit on the ends. So what did I get on there? Oh, nothing good. Should be the same length. There. I like that. And then that is just going to go on here and on our Secret Sea. I think I'm going to put this on with the mono glue. I just think this is really a pretty card. Kind of classy. Don't put your finger in the glue. Yes, you did. You could put a layer of Secret Sea or the glimmer paper behind this to give it a little more border if you want to. But I don't know, I thought this was kind of cool, just like that. And we'll use dimensionals on that. Let me get them. Oh, glue on my hand. Imagine that. Alright. And we have to decide if we want to use any embellishments on this. I pulled some, but I wasn't sure. We'll see. Put you in the middle here. Like so. Now, where did I go with them? Okay. So I took out, these are the in color, flat in color pearls. I just was not sure about that. And then there's the Charming Shimmer Faceted. These are lighter. They're probably Night and Navy. I don't know. What do you guys think? I can see what else I have. In a white, maybe. I don't know. You guys got any ideas? Got lots of embellishments right now. No, not those. It's green, green, pink and gold, or even something silver would look good, I guess, but I don't know if we've got anything that's silver. Stars, no, I don't think so. I didn't think these looked good. No, they look yellow. Yeah, maybe. These are the ombre matte. They're a little lighter, but they're not too bad. These are new ones too. I'm looking at that. Do you have any more? No, I've just got those 4. These are the Druzy adhesive backed that are no longer available. Ah, we'll put those back. What do you think? No embellishments? Maybe a bow? Okay. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to all go back in the box. Not get used. Oh, this flops forward. Get in there. Oh, lordy, lordy. All right, I'm not going to waste time. That goes with this, and these. I'll deal with it later. All right, a bow. Okay, we do have some new ribbon. Let me see what that looks like with it. And that's all part of that one set that's brand new. That's, I don't know. I don't have any silver ribbon, and they did not come out with any silver ribbon. I like when you guys help me create. I'd have to go possibly up here, huh? What do you think? Get the scissors and trim that a little bit. This is really pretty ribbon. It's really, you can see how sparkly it is. What is it called? Misty Moonlight Silver Edged Ribbon. That would be a spot it could go as well. Oops, still needs to be shorter. What do you think? I don't know. I don't want to cover them up. I don't want to cover up the words either. I just don't know where to go with it. Trying a faux bow. I want to get it closer to the end down here. So it's not quite as bulky. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Trying to get it even. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. You like the bow? Okay. Well, let me get a glue dot. We want it up here. Where do we want it? Down here. Maybe down here, and I'm going to trim this a little bit more. There. It wants to pop up. I might have to, there, that's better. Got it. All right. Inside, goodness gracious. I am planning on using the Wishing You and Yours All the Best. And that's just going to go on one of these. And I actually could, let's see here. Yeah, we're going to do this in the Secret Sea. I was just trying to think of what I could put on the inside to add to that. I feel like it should have had something with it. Maybe some Secret Sea paper, at least, around it. That's not what I want. Come on, no big pieces. All right, let's try something different, so I don't have to cut another piece. All right, so that is going to be 4 inches. I don't know how this is going to look, but we're going to try something. Yeah, that looks okay. We will put this in here. Well, I'm glad, Char, that I put it in the right spot. I just saw your bottom right. I guess the struggle is real tonight. Oh, get this back. I got a big gob of glue on the end of this. There. Get rid of that. There. That's a nice looking card, I'd say. Okay, let's move on to the next project. Oh, well, let me show you the original that the class made. This is the original with the green. And I really would have liked to have done the ornaments in red, but because we don't have a garden green blend, I could have used colored pencil, I guess, to color it in, but this is what we came up with for that one. And I think this one's really pretty too. And I added those on the inside. Could have done a holly on the inside. Still might do that. That would be pretty. So that's part of that set as well. Okay, let's move on. Get some of this stuff out of the way. All right. The next one, we're going to make a little treat box using pimento for the espresso and the pecan pie because we're going to make it a cookie jar. Stamps out here. So the cookie jar with the cookies, and then wishing you the sweetest Christmas is going to go on the sentiment. So we are going to use let me think. We are going to use, actually, I need to use Smoky Slate for the jar. I might as well do that right away. Oh, I know, I was going to show you something before I get carried away here. Glad I thought of it, because I would have been upset with myself if I had forgotten it. I had, oh my gosh, taken and punched out the set of jar in the lid, sorry. And actually I'm going to move this down. Oh, it's got a little something on it. And if you want to line up the jar lid so you're stamping it all in one, and actually I'm not going to use Smoky Slate, I'm going to use Basic Gray because I want it darker. Okay. Then you're just going to kind of line this up and take the lid, and we're going to put that underneath, lining it up just so. Get it in there? Yep, got it. Yep, get it straight. Oh, my fat fingers, I was able to do this so that it worked out pretty slick for those that were doing it for the class. That end is in a little bit. I'll get you up a little bit. Boy, they are sticking really well onto this. Okay, there we go. So it's all lined up. So now when I go to punch it, it will all be together. And hopefully this piece of paper is big enough. Not this way, but it will be this way. Yes. Okay. Grab the punch. I got it. Didn't pull that out. Oh. Drawers open and okay. All right. I think I need to wet my doesn't feel juicy. There, that's better. Okay. And then I'm going to take, goodness, they're right down on the, stuck to the table. All right. So I'm going to do the light one first. And that is the filled in areas like the cookie and, or cookies, I should say. Go up here. I think I need to buy some reinkers for this if I don't have any. There, that's better. And we're just going to bring him in here, just kind of get it between the lines. Like so. And then we'll take Early Espresso for the outlines. And oh, it's this way. I always line up the little center of this is bow tie and the center of this. And then you get a pretty good image. And then the trick is not to press down when you put this in the ink, because you don't want it to get the ink on the areas that aren't going to be stamped, because it's going to help you line up the stamp. like so. Easy peasy. Man, I'm telling you, the first time I used this stamp, trying to do it, I'm like, oh man, I was so far off and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. Well, number one, I was pushing down so hard with my stamp on the early espresso ink that it was just kind of covering the whole stamp, and there was just no way I was going to be able to do any kind of a decent job of getting that lined up correctly. Okay, I'm going to take some light smoky slate and I'm going to color in the top of the lid. We did make lids, and I think I did this with a video for you guys on the other ones, where we used the silver specialty paper, and we stamped this image using StazOn. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to use this guy on the smoky slate for what we are making tonight. And I'm not doing a window sheet or any of that. So this is, oops, let's get this lined up, Jane. And there we have it. Put that over there for extra. Okay. Now we have to do a back. Oh shoot, I should have left this out. I gotta do one more top. That was not good. One more top. There we go. Alright, I think I can do this. Just ink up the top and put that in here. Yay. Got to have a front and a back if we're going to put candy in it. Okay. I'm pretty scattered tonight, sorry. Should have colored it before I cut it out. Oh well. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. And we are going to use cherry cobbler for the back and for the box. All right, we are going to, oh, good gravy, Maria. I'm pushing myself. Get this back, and we're going to do the, oh, that didn't get cleaned up very well. That's better. I'll take this off, because I only need the base. I'm going to do the base in Memento. I think that's what I did on my sample. I did. My sample I made with Poppy Parade, actually. And I thought, ooh, let's do cherry cobbler ones. And then we are going to do our sentiment on that. Wishing you the sweetest Christmas. I thought that was appropriate. Fits in here perfectly. Done stamping, I believe. And cut out this last guy, and then we'll make the box, which is so quick and easy. It is unbelievable. Okay. Don't need that. All right. We got the front. We got the back. Yeah, maybe I'll put some ink on there, or glue on there, and get that to set up while we're making the box. Just a tad bit of ink ink, glue. All right. Then it won't gush out if we let that set up. Okay. All we need is a piece of cardstock that is, the original ones I made were 2.5 by 2.5. But I felt that the paper was a little, the candy was a little tight in the box. So I'm going to go a 1/16 larger than 2.5. 2.5, 2.5, 1/16, oops, 1/16. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to score it at 3/4 on all 4 sides. Oh man, this doesn't look like there's going to be anything left for the box. Well, you're kind of right, but it doesn't need to have much. This is just a nice thing to put on a table if you're having like Christmas dinner or people over and you want to put something at their place. Now we're just going to trim opposite sides up to the score line going the other direction. All right. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, 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 fold. Okay. So, oops, I didn't do this one. I should probably be doing this the right way. Where did my bone folder go? There it is. Probably I'll lay a little bit nicer. Sides and this side. All right. We are going to fold these to the outside when we glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. This one will go on the outside because I want to leave as much room on the inside for the candy. Whoops. We're just going to put some of those Hershey, what are they called? Nuggets, treasures, whatever they're called. And I've not made one adding this 16th on, so we'll see how that ends up being. But I think it's probably going to be a little bit easier. My cardstock bowed out just a little bit when I put the paper in. And I thought, maybe just another 1/16 of an inch would be good. Put a little bit out there. All right, let's put our lids on. Lid on. And lid on. Oops. Glue on fingers. These are so cute. All right, so we can get this out of the way. And we are going to apply. So we're going to be gluing the front and the back on over this side of the box that has the flaps that are covering up, because you want it to be nice and smooth on the sides. I'm just going to lay this on here. Try to center it as best you can. Sorry if my head got in the way. Oh my goodness, I got glue on my fingers. It was working against me. And one on this side. Oh, Jean. Golly. I'm glad I didn't lay that on there. It. Oh, let's see if we can get some candy out here. Nuggets, yeah, Hershey's nuggets. And 2 should fit in there nicely. Very good. Yes, that adding that little 1/16 of an inch is the ticket. This guy is a little crooked there. So there you have it. Here is the one that I made. And you can see it just, I don't like that it, I don't know if you can see that it bows out just a little bit on each side. This is nice and straight on both sides, so that's just perfect. And I just think they make such a cute little gift, or a little something to have it at the place setting, you know, if you're having a dinner or something like that. Or I don't know what else you could use it for. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Rhonda. I'm glad you like the card too. So those are our cards tonight and our treat box tonight. But I mean, 2.5 by 2.5, and then the scrap for that side. There's nothing, and yet it gives you a good impact, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I've got for you tonight, and let's do our drawing. Get the cards over here. Where did I set them? Here they are. So we have Merry Christmas. We've got the Joy, Bright, and that one. Okay. A little box of numbers here. And see who's lucky. Guys, study them so you can figure out which one you want if I call your name. Hopefully you're on. Pam! You were on? I know you were. Pam Golzinski. I haven't sent you a card in a while. So let me know which one you would like. I think on Saturday, when I do the drawing for what we made tonight, you're not going to get a choice. You're going to get the card, and I'm going to send you the tutorial for this. So you actually are going to get both of them. So I'll put together the tutorial for it. It's certainly easy to put together. Yes, congrats, Pam. And what else do I have to tell you? I did post something. Did I do it on Facebook? I can't remember. I've been juggling Facebook and YouTube here. And my grandson's been pushing me to do more on YouTube. This 11-year-old, I've asked his father to help me with YouTube. He says, I can't help you with that. But I asked my 11-year-old grandson, he's talking algorithms and going, it was just amazing stuff he was telling me. And I says, so how do you know all this stuff? And he says, well, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and there's somebody on there that was talking about it. He said, so, and everything he made was, talked about was totally true and totally plausible. And so my 11-year-old is helping me with my YouTube and making shorts and, oh, you name it. I can't believe it. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. But on the Last Chance, they have put, for the first time, some of the items they have left for the celebration that was this past January. So there are some embellishments on there, and there are some stamp and die sets, I believe, on there, and some paper. I know if you bought the toadstool or a mushroom set, that paper is on, or it was at least this morning when I saw it. I don't know, I can't guarantee if that's on, but it's one of those things, they just wanted to get things cleared out, and hopefully they can. And they listed a whole bunch of more stuff on there that is discontinued, so I will need to pull more sets out and put black dots on them. That's what I do. I put black dots on them, everything that is discontinued, so I know try not to use it when I'm demonstrating, so you get the new stuff. But I cannot wait to show you what I have ordered and what is coming. It is unbelievable. And I think I say this every time, but I'm telling you, this time, it's really something. They really went out of their way to make some absolutely gorgeous paper. It's just fabulous, and the sets are just magnificent. So anyway, well, I don't know, maybe Pam signed off for a second and isn't back on, so I will probably send her a message and ask her to take a look at them and let me know which one to send her, so I don't want to keep you guys on any longer. So have a good night. Shar, I will see you on Friday. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we can have a little fun, and if the stuff comes in early, I'm going to bring it with me. So anybody that's in the area of Amro on Friday, come on over. I'll show you what I got. So anyway, have a good evening, a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you on Saturday night. Good night.